The country returns to normal. Millions of Americans are making summer travel plans, and some major airlines are struggling to keep up with the demand. American Airlines has announced it will cancel nearly 1,000 flights through mid-July because of a series of problems, including pilot shortages. Kris Van Cleave is at Reagan National Airport outside of Washington. Kris, why is this happening?
Well, good morning. People at American tell me they thought they had built enough of a cushion into their schedule, and they just didn't. Demand came back faster than airlines expected. People flooded into airports just as you saw tough weather conditions, computer issues, and it's wreaked havoc for airline schedules. What that means for American, the airline is now cutting flights. It's been a June from hell for American Airlines. Its operation seeing major weather disruptions 9 of the first 15 days in June, causing long lines, delays, and cancellations, leaving the country's largest airline with a staffing crunch along with mounting flyer frustration.
This was the only time we could get here, and I tried to check in, and they said now we have to wait until about 3 hours before the flight, which is at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
American will cancel 50 to 80 flights a day through at least mid-July as the airline tries to build in additional resilience and certainty to its flight schedule. Southwest has also been hit with delays and cancellations due to weather and a 3-day series of computer issues. Monday, both airlines saw hundreds of cancellations and more than 1,000 delays. Henry Hartevelt is an airline analyst.
The airlines were caught with their pants down. They scheduled too many flights, and they didn't have enough people ready to operate the flights, operate the airports, and the companies that they work with were short too.
As American ramped up flights from 2,200 a day to about 5,800 this month, the TSA struggled to have enough screeners. The airline's caterer in Dallas didn't have enough drivers, and some American pilots were still in post-furlough retraining.
You didn't have enough pilots to fly the airplanes. Pretty simple. The metal and the people didn't come together, and now you're surrendering the schedule.
Airlines are also dealing with an alarming spike in disruptive passengers, prompting a rare industry-wide letter to the Attorney General asking DOJ to send a strong and consistent message through criminal enforcement.
We got to know that the federal government has our back on this.
Now, American has canceled more than 120 flights today. That's better than yesterday. And they did many of these in advance so people don't show up at the airport and find out their flights are canceled. That way they can reaccommodate them before they get here. Delta tells us that airline is starting to hire 1,000 new pilots to have them in place by next summer. That first new hire pilot class will be pilots who had been offered a job before the pandemic, and that opportunity had been put on hold. Tony?
All right, if you ever dreamed of being a pilot, now's the time. Kris, thank you very much.